Donkey Kong Bonanza is the game of all games. Think of a game right now. Like a really, really good game. Got it? Yeah, Bonanza's better, actually, so. This shit, man, it's just, oh my god, dude, this game, man, holy. Donkey Kong Bonanza is a game I was immensely excited for, and when I got my hands on it, oh my god. My expectations were exceeded on all fronts. From the animations, the insane physics system, the near flawless level design, this is all I could want from a 3D platformer, so I really, really want to talk about it. I also want to talk about if this game stands toe-to-toe with the other Mario games, so stick around for that. This game takes a lot of DNA from Super Mario Odyssey, which is clear when you look at it because it was made by the exact same team. What makes this game different from Odyssey and the other platformers this team has made is you can just smash everything in fucking sight. Just smash everything all the time. Smash rocks, all sand, snow. Donkey Kong Bonanza starts off with Donkey Kong as a miner, not like in the caves, like you start an ingot isle where Donkey Kong is looking for banandium, which is like gems in the shape of bananas. This first level really shows off how the physics work by kind of letting you demolish everything in sight. It feels like it's letting you get all the smashing out of your system. Maybe I should word that differently. It feels like it's letting you get all the demolishing out of your system before the game starts, because the mechanic is so immediately satisfying that you kind of just want to clear out this entire level before you start. The haptic feedback, the animations, the hand slaps that pick up the gold. I mean, holy shit, dude, listen to this. After you get all the smashing out of your system, Donkey Kong has a bit of a slip up and gets Ingot Isle shoved deeper into the ground by this doomsday orb fucking thing. And then you meet Odd Rock, aka Pauline, and you make it to the first big area of the game, Lagoon Lair. Tears of the Kingdom who? But holy shit, dude, dropping into this area, it's so colorful and the music is so good and all the characters are goofy. It just has that amazing Nintendo charm. Now, get prepared because I'm going to bring up Odyssey a lot in this video. Odyssey levels have the same kind of charm that this Donkey Kong game does, but Bonanza adds a ton of detail and little areas, and the characters have so much more detail thanks to the PS4 level power of the Switch 2. All these silly little details in the town area and the terrain, the little wood huts and variety of plants, and this level of detail and atmosphere is translated into every area in this game. From places like the Feast Lair, or the Resort Lair, or the Forest Lair, this game is just dripping with sauce. Every level is designed with the theme in mind from head to toe, and I think it's safe to say that this is one of the best looking Nintendo games out there. On top of the level of detail in the levels, the sound design. Whether it's diving into water or Donkey Kong's hands and feet slapping on all kinds of surfaces, the way ripping chunks out of the ground sounds is like half the fun in this game. And now on top of the brilliant art direction and sound design for this game, the level design is always top notch, which has come to be expected for Nintendo, but I think they had a unique challenge when it came to the way the smashing physics work in this game. A worry in the back of my mind when this game came out was, how are they going to make fun and engaging platforming when you can just smash everything? And two, how fun would it be to control Donkey Kong? So firstly, let's talk about the level design. Of course, the easiest way to make the platforming fun is to limit the amount of things you can smash in the game. There's platforms where you should be jumping or where progresses the level, so it doesn't ruin it when you smash everything. But the best part of the platforming is how they take full advantage of the physics system. This game comes up with every way you could make the smashing mechanic interesting. You can rip chunks out and surf on them, like I said. You can use those same chunks to double jump. You can use chunks to hit spiky terrain that you couldn't hit with your fists. They have switch blocks, which are a Mario staple, but in this game you have to smash them to get it to swap over to the other side. They have salt that will dissolve goop in the Feast Lair, like this green goop. This rainbow terrain, you can grab a chunk out of it, it makes you fly into the air in the Resort Lair. Well, a lot of these mechanics feel like they're kind of straight ripped out of Mario games. It feels like the way that the terrain works in this game and the smashing mechanics give them a whole new breath of fresh air. It is just idea after idea after idea. However, none of these ideas would be fun if Donkey Kong was not fun to control. You see, the other Donkey Kong games I have played, Tropical Freeze and Donkey Kong Country Returns, controlling Donkey Kong has a different sort of weight to playing him. In Mario games, the movement is extremely snappy, being able to turn on a dime, wall jumps, all these sorts of things. And while I love these games, I feel like the way the movement functions in those would be a little harder to translate into a 3D space. So like I mentioned earlier, a fear of mine going into this game was that Donkey Kong would not be as enjoyable to move around as someone like Mario, which of course wouldn't ruin the game, but it would definitely hinder my enjoyment a little. So after playing the game, I think it's safe to say that Donkey Kong is super fun to control. Give it up, everybody, give it up. Like I mentioned earlier with the turf surfing and the double jumps and the climbing, this game is just as fluid and fun as Super Mario Odyssey. While no, you don't have an awesome flying hat, the ways you can take advantage of the environment around you to grab chunks and use those to surf or jump or double jump is such a cool mechanic that sort of replaces Mario's hat in a way, while still having fresh new ideas. I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep bringing up Odyssey. I'm sorry. Now, for the most part, people aren't going to be playing these games for the story, but I think Nintendo put a little more effort into this one than they usually do for their games. The game follows DK and Pauline, and I guess Pauline has some magic singing powers that allow Donkey Kong to transform into his different Bananza modes throughout the game. The big bad, Void Kong, and Void Kong wants Pauline for her powers, I guess, for money? I don't know. But Pauline just wants to go back on the surface and be with her family. DK and Pauline have a great dynamic, and I think Pauline's voice actor is also super great. I think a worry for a lot of games that have a companion character are that they are not annoying as fuck, and I think Pauline definitely is not. I like that there's a consistent plot that doesn't take itself too seriously, but it's still good enough to keep you wanting to continue the game. It sort of reminds me of the plot of Super Mario Galaxy. Galaxy has a consistent and very entertaining plot that still doesn't take itself too seriously, but feels like they put more effort than they usually do into it. Okay, now we can't talk about Donkey Kong without talking about the soundtrack. Donkey Kong games have some of the most iconic soundtracks in gaming history. If you heard any song from Donkey Kong Country, you would probably recognize it immediately. And it is safe to say that this game also has a pretty incredible soundtrack. From the energetic jungle drums of the main theme, the grand tropical theme of Laguna Lair, the chill, groovy theme of Resort Lair, or the serene, calm, synth-filled theme of the Freezer Lair. These songs all flawlessly weave into the levels, making them that much more of a joy to explore. Now, here's a quick lightning round of little things I really like about this game before I get into my complaints. The 3D map is so good. The way it zooms into what direction you were looking on the map makes it so much easier to find collectibles, and it's way less jarring than usual maps. I like how all the underground species have silly made-up languages. Obviously, all the Bananza modes are super fun, especially the elephant. The cosmetics in this game are great. The addition of being able to change Donkey Kong's fur color to all these different things, as someone who loves cosmetics, there's such a great addition to this game that I didn't even think about before it came out. Hitting bananas 3 times to pick them up never gets old. All the new villains have incredible character design, and of course the post-game collectathon is equally as good as Odyssey's. Now that I've given this game endless praise, it's time to tell you what I don't like about it. Nothing. Just kidding. I think the final boss fight is kind of dragged out a bit, but it's so grand and explosive that I feel like it gets an excuse because of that. As I just think as someone who plays most of these Nintendo 3D platformers basically yearly, that it will become sort of annoying the more playthroughs I have of this game. Bananza is yet another innovative, fun, charming, and full of heart Nintendo 3D platformer that will sit comfortably in line with some of the greats. And the final question for this video: is Donkey Kong Bananza the Mario killer? No. But I think it does genuinely have me worried for the next Mario game. The smashing mechanic is such a unique and cool thing that honestly they're gonna have to come up with a pretty good gimmick in the next Mario to reach that level. Because I think when I boot up the next Mario game in the next few years, I'm gonna be missing smashing everything inside. So I'm giving Donkey Kong Bananza 9.5 bananas out of 10. If you've played it, let me know how you feel about it, and thanks for watching.